are leaders in the space, regardless of who likes what. Both of y'all got millions of
that man told me to take some bass out of my voice, and that crossed the line to me.
Listen, Ace,
that was crossing the line.
Cross the line when you got the bass in your voice, bro. You hear what I'm saying?
Bro, I always got bass in my voice.
Guys, listen, I really don't want to have to end this conversation.
Keep the love,
because I do got just one more question. Because like I was saying,
I feel like that was unprofessional. It really was.
Hey, stop with the gaslighting. It was unprofessional with you yelling. So we having a conversation. Fellas. And what you got to realize is what I'm telling you is I understand.
Yo, have you seen any of my videos, bro?
Yes, I've seen your videos.
How do I do my videos?
What did I say?
Wait, fellas, I don't want to get too caught up in the conversation about this. Because
that's what I try to tell y'all though. This is what I try to tell y'all. If y'all want to bring Ace on here, let Ace come on here and talk. If you bring me on here, let me talk. Because I don't where God bring clarity, the devil bring confusion. All this is
there you go again, bro.
More people. And so I stand on what I stand on, bro. I draw a line in the sand. You trying to placate to everybody and their mama. I don't care about what this lifestyle, that lifestyle. I'm focused on what's better for the people. And one thing that I see is that a two-parent household with healthy love is always going to be a child's choice if they have a choice. If they forced to be with one parent, then they will accept that. But if they get to choose, they're going to say, I want two parents in the home, exemplifying love, supporting me. I could talk to this parent about this. I could talk to that parent about this. Life is not about doing what makes us feel good and what we want. Life is about purpose, and it's about doing what hurts sometimes. Life is about doing what we have to do, not what we want to do. Do you think as a man that I just want? It's not that I just want to be with one woman. I have to die out to myself. I have to crucify my flesh for the good of my family, for the good of society, for the betterment of the world. So yes, somebody may want to just hook up. Somebody may be dating to heal. But when they want to do that, we need to be there to say, hey, you should not be dating to heal. You need to heal before you deal. You should not be dating to just hook up, because you are having sexually transmitted diseases and you can catch a physically transmitted disease that alters your life. So it's not about just giving a platform. Not everybody want to live life legally, but we don't need to give a platform to people who want to live illegally. Not everybody want to do half of the things right, but we don't need to give them a platform for the sake of let's let everybody speak when they speaking from their mess, when they speaking from their brokenness, when they speaking from their pain. So it's a time and a place for everything. And you give a space to people who are doing what is good for society as a whole. It's not just about making money. It's not just about touring and being famous. And the thing about it is if you're having these conversations every night on tonight's conversation and the conversation is productive, then you should be able to see one of the multiple millions of women who are qualified to be your wife. So if your own conversations can't help you find your wife and settle down and be married and have a family with your wife, then what is the point of these conversations if the creator can't even benefit from it? So that's my point.
Ace,
brother, hold on. Let me respond to them. See, hold on. No, let me respond to my man.
No, I got you. I want you to give a closing statement here because we're gonna wrap this one up. And Ace, if you really want to have another conversation continued, we're gonna talk outside of this. But please go ahead and give your closing statement here so we can continue the show.
What I'm saying is my man right there just throwing a whole bunch of he don't know what he's talking about around. I'm in a committed relationship.
You sure?
I'm working. Brother, I let you every time I start to talk, you want to interrupt. I didn't interrupt you. I let you get your stuff off, bro. I even let you say you got too much bass in your voice. I let you get the whole little rah-rah out. What I'm trying to tell you is what my particular issue here is when you speak, brother, you're dismissing a whole bunch of other voices just because it doesn't sound like yours. What I said in the beginning of this conversation is I respect your voice, brother. It resonates with me because that's the way I grew up. So I've been a fan of yours for a while. I was disappointed in your clip though, because what you are saying is I have the only way to make this work. I and voices like me is how this can be more successful. No one is disagreeing about two-parent households. This is something we talk about routinely on tonight's conversation. No one is disagreeing with safe sex. We talk about that routinely, brother. We talk about routinely heal before you start dating. Find who you are before you link yourself with somebody. Identify your identity before you merge yours with another person. These are things we consistently talk about. My ending thought to you, man, is I would suggest before name dropping, maybe you do a little bit more research. And if you don't want to do more research, then maybe don't name drop. That's all I'm simply saying to you, brother, because I felt like even through talking to you now, I feel like you even admitted that you're not even tapped in. And if you're not tapped in, why are you giving opinions about things you ain't tapped in on? You the one that brought my name up, brother. You the one that keep bringing up money and fame and all this different stuff when you don't even know why my purpose is this. You ain't sat and had one conversation with me, but you insinuating on the internet. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I feel like that's disrespectful man to man, brother, because I ain't never spoke ill on your name online. I respect what you doing. Show some respect for other people that's doing similar things just for different people, brother. That's all I'm saying. And if you want to speak like that, cool. But you got to understand people might have a problem with it. And I have a problem because I feel like you're misinformed.
Well, Ace, listen, first of all,
JR, I was just about to ask you.
Hold on. We gotta go to Trey Swing.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna make a real quick. I was just about to ask you, how did this conversation wind up happening? And then he explained that apparently Tony had reacted to one of his and dropped the thing. So now I understand it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Trey.
Yeah, so I dig a lot of what Tony is saying, right? Because ideally, this is where we should be headed, right? As a society, it's going to help us, right? For us, the two-parent household thing makes sense and all, but I think that him in particular would miss a lot of people, right? Because most of us aren't ready for that. And I dig the advice about getting married. If you want to get married, and listen to people who are married, but at the same time, if half of the marriages are failing, it's a coin toss whether they even know what to tell you as a married person. So you have to consider that as well. And then even within those marriages that didn't fail on paper, they probably failed in real life because there's still a lot of unhappy people out here, right? And I understand it's way bigger than us. It's not, we shouldn't just be thinking of ourselves. We should be thinking about legacy. That's my opinion, though. And I understand that. And I dig that not everybody's going to feel like that. So I've listened to tonight's conversation. I've watched the show a few times, and I listened to a lot of what people say, right, as far as the responses. Some people are off the wall, but for the most part, when they ask a question, it's thought out. These guys do study enough of it. They're into the statistics. A lot of them are still in the dating world. Marriage and dating are different, right? And we may not see it like that, but if you are out here, I'll talk to a lot of people who are still in the dating process. It's different. Some people are going to it with nefarious intentions. You run into one of these pickup artists or something, and you might be dating very seriously, but you may not know how to recognize a person who's not very serious. And I've seen many occasions where they've given sound advice as to how to at least recognize it or how to get out of a bad situation so you can get on the path to getting into a serious long-term relationship, including marriage, right? And that's a lot of people's purpose. But being married is scary as hell. There's a lot of people who are looking for answers and they don't know where to go for these answers. So it's almost like, you know how we came up with the Barney era where people just said, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and put the pill in the cake or whatever. So I don't think everybody could receive Tony. A lot of the younger people, they're probably gonna have a hard time because he's kind of harsh. And I could take a message like that, but I don't think everybody can. Sometimes, like all the entertainment, the sensationalizing, I don't appreciate it, but I get it. I understand why people would attend it and get something good out of it. Like at least you could go into that situation and be like, okay, I was able to get my question answered. This gave me clarity. Now I can remove myself from them situation, or I could realize that, damn, I wasn't being considerate to my mate. I never even thought of it like that. There's a lot of instances where they give some good advice, and I don't want to discredit the people who are working hard towards giving that advice, because I've watched it. If they had some real busters up there, just were saying a bunch of nonsense that never made sense, and I'm like, you know what, man, they need to trash this joint. But even for the clips that are like go viral, it's like, okay, no, I could get that. That makes sense. That was logical. That's probably what you should do in that situation. Now, I don't think that people are going to just go to the show and then now just recognize that tonight's conversation as the gospel. And now that's going to be how they lead their life and decide that, okay, because they say I probably shouldn't get married, I'm probably not going to get married. I think these are preconceived ideas that people have, and they're coming into this looking for answers to particular situations, specific situations. And I think that a lot of times they have some good answers for specific scenarios.
Yeah.
Hand raised.
So
Hey,
I
but
was
Trev,
just,
though, those people, there are some people that do take that as gospel.